I think the first important thing is not money. It is that mindset. When you have that mind, you are brave, you are sharp, you want to have that vision. For us African youth, we are limited by mindset, not money. Because we say money everyone has in the pocket. But how do you get that money out of that other person's pocket? Is when you're smart here. Hello and welcome to Ayanle and podcast, where we delve into the minds of successful entrepreneurs, explore innovative business strategies, and uncover secrets of achieving a business growth and success. I'm your host, Mr. Mohammed, a seasoned entrepreneur with over 8 years experience in starting and running successful business. And today, with my guest, Mr. Rajab. Welcome to this show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. In this podcast, we bring you inspiring stories, valuable insights, and practical advice from industry experts and successful business owners. Whether you are aspiring entrepreneur, a small business owner, or simply interested in the world of business, this podcast is for you. Our goal is to provide you with the knowledge, the tools you need to take your business to the next level. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. Mr. Rajab, welcome to our show. You can get started.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for having me around talking about starting a business from the scratch. One of the great challenges people experience is starting a business from the scratch. So many people would love to understand, how do you start a business from the scratch?
Okay, starting a business from scratch, always I say, and it's my mantra, that we start with a mindset. The first thing is, before you start that business, you must see it, you must visualize it, you must, for you to build a house, you have to see it. If you are building 3 floors, three-story buildings, you must see it before the land is empty. So that from there you plan, you draw. That's how the analogy of a business. You must have the end at the mind. So when you have at the end, at the mind, you're able to start. So the first thing is the mindset. That's it. Once you have that mindset, you start setting goals. You start also coming up with ideas. So it's like vast things that are interconnected. So starting a business from scratch, I can say it's first thing, the bedrock is mindset.
So when you talk about planning, you mean that starting a business, you have to plan.
Okay.
There is that person that wakes up and says that today I want to start a certain business in the middle of the day.
Okay.
And in the evening, he or she expects to have started the business.
The question is great. Starting a business is a process. First, you have to have the mindset. Second thing is, are you willing? Do you have the desire to start a business? Do you have that, starting a business, either in angle, you're coming from an employment side, or you're coming from fresh out of college. It depends where you're coming from. So a business is something simple, but people take it complicated. So I can say, first you have to draw a plan, and that plan, we said first mindset. Second thing is the plan and where to start, what to start with, how you're going to market, how you're going to get fundraising. All these things require at least the initial stage of a business.
Okay, thank you. You have talked about marketing and financial status. Do you mean that someone can't have a business idea and lacks the capital to start a business? Or someone can have a business idea without the capital? Can the business grow?
Yeah. Okay, people say there's a question of, now you are bringing the aspect of, is it important the finance or the mindset?
Yeah.
I can take the question. Yes. I think the first important thing is not money. It is that mindset. When you have that mind, you are brave, you are sharp, you want to have that vision. For us African youth, we are limited by mindset, not money. Because we say money everyone has in the pocket. But how do you get that money out of that the other person's pocket? Is when you're smart here. The moment you're smart here upstairs, and then you know how to utilize whatever you have. We African youth and across all the youth around the world, I think we are taking business as something so complicated that because our systems don't teach us how to be entrepreneurs. First, we are trained to be employees, work for others, do one, two, or the other. But a real person must be solving a problem. Then when you are solving a problem, you are going to use your head. So I think capital and mindset, I think mindset is everything. Then the capital you're going to get when you use your brain, you get your friend, you have a resource. Maybe you have a car. Maybe you want to start a car wash business, but you have a motor, you have the water pump. someone else has the land, and then you don't have the money. But here you have the mind. You go to your friend, you borrow that thing. For example, a day you are starting a car wash. You take that machine from your friend, you talk to your neighbor, he has a garage or somewhere wasted, but that place is so busy. So I'm now here in this podcast, I'm coming up basic idea. Then you take that water pump, you connect, you take that lease, and then you put a small sign there. Aren't you not in a business, or you're just in where? You're in business. And then you say, the owner, I'm going to give you in the evening the money to pay the land something. Then you start making sales. Once you make that sales, you pay the landowner. And then all of a sudden you're in business. Aren't you not in a business?
You're in a business.
That's how simple it is, but now we make it complicated.
Okay, and apart from friends, let's say like apart from friends that can support you in getting the capital, what are the other means that a person with a business idea can use to get the capital to start a business?
For us personally, as an entrepreneur, I'm a Muslim. We don't seek the alternative of a bank. Thank God. I also appreciate my family members. I used to raise family and friends. I used to have their capital, and I started these schools. I think they were the bedrock in my foundational years. Yes. And then the last thing I've ever thought was banks. But there are people who consider bank loans, friend loans, other things with that. But for us as Muslims, we desist the issue of interest-based loans. So for us, we give each other some loans, but without interest. That's how I've grown personally. I think the issue of the banks are there as a form of capital from your savings. If you used to work for either a government or you're getting your pension, you're getting your savings, that's a way of getting. Or chamas, you play merry-go, because from that resource pooling, I think is a form of capital. You can start with a business. But always, I'm a believer, and this debate, the mindset is the issue.
Okay, thank you. And one thing that we have seen, it's you have great marketing skills to grow your businesses. What are some of the marketing skills or strategies you use to market your business that other people with the same business as you don't use?
I thank God. I think as a youthful African, I'm proud to be. I think I'm millennial. I think we adopted early the issue of technology. Yes. 5 years, 6 years ago, I think 2019, when at the start of when we were starting the business of the schools, I introduced the issue of social media. It was just taking off little. Now I'm fully immersed. I've seen the fruits of marketing through social media, because we buy ads at a simple amount. I think it was what do they call? The ad return was huge compared to mass media. It was expensive. I think I've utilized on social media that I think probably we've invested more than $30,000 or 3 to 4 million on social ads. But it has helped us grow our branches, our services, our brand, Imam Shafi. Yes. Now Imam Shafi is well known in the coast, specifically in Mombasa. Social media marketing was a way to grow, because the SEO, the SEO, I think ads spent on the ads on Facebook, I think the amount we are paying was less compared to mass media. It really helped us. We reached a lot of people at less amount. For example, Facebook, it owns the Instagram, it owns the WhatsApp. We were able to get high value leads, and those leads were able to convert using, alhamdulillah, our selling skills and my team. And alhamdulillah, we really grew almost times 5, and we thank God.
Okay, talking about social media, social media is something that is used globally. How sure are you that 100% of your viewers are from Kenya and not other nations? Is that not a challenge to you?
Okay, probably the advantage of social media, specifically the Facebook. Our elderly parents are mostly on social media, the Facebook space, because TikTok and other places, now the Gen Z or the young generations are on the other platform. But Facebook, I think a mature adults working business or those classes which are our ideal clients are in the Facebook space. So I think in that space, we are able to do what's called laser targets. Yes. In Facebook, there's that laser target you specifically take. For us, specifically, our group of schools are found in Mombasa. I think we are able to circle around within Mombasa, the areas, the sub-counties we are in, and then we're able to target specific groups that are working, that are in that middle class, that are able to afford our school fees. Through that way, I think the advantage of social media, specifically the Facebook, and compared to the mass media, I think is the approach at the same same time, you're able to sniper target your clients and handpick them. As long as the keywords you're using, at the same time, the hooks, the selling tips must be another level. So I think we have started from something humble. I think now we are bros in the ad space, and YouTube, there's that, you can't skip those ads at least, then you pump your brand. So through that way, alhamdulillah, a lot of people, out of 20 people, if 10 people can recognize us or 7 people, yes, you are great to go.
Okay. And apart from that, there is this notion that someone starts something and on the way he or she regrets of starting it, saying that I've not achieved or my target has not been achieved. Have you ever had such experience whereby you feel that your target has not been achieved? I wanted to start this business, but on my way, I think the business is not working. I feel like quitting. Have you ever felt like quitting this business?
Somehow, yes. People always, any entrepreneur faces the challenge of quitting one time. But one thing that overcomes all the challenge is having those big goals, the big bang goals, yani those high achievable goals. Yani you have set a high standard that you don't want to quit. You don't want to shame yourself, neither your family, your friends. You know, when you start a business, it's like you're wearing something, at least skin. Everyone is seeing that tag that, hey, you started something, and 95% of people expect you to fail. Yeah, so sometimes by proving them wrong is the sweet spot. You go on, you work hard, so that your enemies, anyone who was doubting you. In fact, when I was starting, close family friends were doubting, you're starting a school. In fact, we started, and I'm thankful to God, we started from Likoni, the other side of Likoni, where poverty level is high, where people don't expect you to grow. And today, whenever I hear Likoni, I thank God. It is because from that environment, we were able to start our first branch. And today, guess we're all over sub-counties of Mombasa. We're able to acquire now more schools, more branches as we grow. It depends how we are going to go. But I think challenges were there. Yeah. And it was so sweet that today I'm doing it well, because to prove even my close family friends wrong, that I was able. You can start anywhere, do what you have, and do what you can. Those are, in fact, my best quote was, use what you have, do what you can with whatever, wherever you are.
So talking about there are some people that didn't trust in your dream. You mean that there were some people close to you that told you, Mohammed, what you're doing, I think you can't achieve it, or what do you mean?
Yes. When I was starting, thank God, we started from a humble beginning. We used whatever resource I have. At that time, I think it was family property. In fact, I wanted to live somewhere else, but my sister, who I thank here, who just advised me, you know, in life also you get people to advise you. She told me, Mohammed, I'll be staying in this house. Let me hand over this house to you. You can come and start here, your dream, and achieve. My major dream was to impact the youthful in the coast. At the same time, if it grows well, no one denies to earn something good. You know, you earn, you plant a tree, you expect to eat the fruit. My fruits were to serve the community. At the same time, as an entrepreneur, to live a flexible life, a life that I'm able, happy. Whenever I'm eating the fruits, others have eaten with me. So I was coming in the generous point of view that as a generator or a generous person, the best thing is to equip students, employees, everyone to enjoy the fruits you're eating together. Mm-hmm. So that's the person I am. And most entrepreneurs, that's why the difference between an employee and an entrepreneur, the high of risk, the risk of failure is high on us, the pressure is high on us. Now the KRAs, everything, everyone wants everything from you, yes? So it's true. Like a business is under the microscope. A lot of things are under the microscope. Okay,
speaking about KRA, you know, many business people or entrepreneurs usually find themselves on the wrong side with the government. As an entrepreneur, have you ever woke up and found yourself on the wrong side with the government, maybe KRA or knocking on your doors?
Yes, it happens. Yes, it happened last year. When, you know, they come ask you questions, you go present yourself. Although we are small sole proprietors, every school we try our best to hand over whatever we are required to pay. Yes. The little we have, sometimes when you're starting, you are getting not profits, you understand? But at least we are able to comply the statutory roles as schools, and I thank God that we're really trying our best to grow. And you can't escape necessity. It's like the oxygen in this field of business. Mm-hmm. So whether you like it or not, it's our obligation, and we'll try to pay whatever the business will afford, at the same time whatever we can afford, as long as we comply Yes.
Okay.
And any small business that is starting, all those are the requirements, the challenges you have to overcome. It's sweet to start easy. As the business grows, requirements go higher and higher, and expectations, and then you have to weigh the tax money, the employees. All those are the disadvantages of a business. But what do you do? If your goals are big, you don't see those things.
Yeah, that's true. And reflecting on the background when you are starting the business and right now, do you feel there is that achievement that you have achieved, or you have achieved a certain goal that when you sleep you feel like, this is what I intended to achieve, this is what I dreamed for?
Yes, Alhamdulillah, I've achieved a lot. I think a lot in terms of we are able to grow in terms of staff numbers. We are able to grow in terms of branches. That is a growth. Any human being, any man, any person with big mind, either we are growing or we are dying. That's the mantra I believe. Not staying in the same area. So you must strive yourself. You must stretch yourself. That's what I believe. And I think the best thing is our candidate classes. The last 2-3 years, we're really performing well. I've sent good students into good schools, others to universities. Good universities. Others are almost likely to finish their medical classes. Others going to do national schools from class 8 to now. We no longer class 8 now, but then they're able to go to other national schools because of high pass mark. I think all those were the achievement. My staff have grown from maybe few employees now over, alhamdulillah, over 100 plus different branches. Those are taking their families something to eat at the table. So such a things takes me that pride, that happiness as an entrepreneur. Although we don't say business is a marathon, it's something ongoing, and success is a never-ending bridge. Always is a bridge under construction. Today you construct here, tomorrow you construct the other side.
Yeah, that's
you never know. As long as you don't lose focus, and then if you lose focus, it's easy to come down. So always we are really working hard to climb up and up and up, go up.
Okay, talking about Imam Shafi, it comprises of many schools around Mombasa County. How do you cope up, or how do you manage all these schools that you have to be felt, the director is around without even your presence being there? How do you manage moving from this school in the course of the day or in the course of the week?
Okay, what first thing is I really invested in a good system. If the business grows, no longer it will be at your hand. You're supposed to have invested in a good system. You build your team, you build your managers. They really try to play their role. They really try to fit in your shoes. You empower them so that we have a good program to educate them. And any other person who is starting a business must also invest in system, because the system is good. So my presence is no longer important, but it's important. I have to go to see if things are being complied, if things are going on, if programs are going on well. That's what we do. Okay. So I think the system has helped me, and I'm going regularly all these schools, either twice a week per school, to see if things are going on. And then my generals, the people who work with me, really give me proper reports, and then we encourage them and I set them goals. And most likely per year, either 2 times, we have annual meetings at the same time, trainings, seminars, so that we impact and dissect our business goals. So every 3 years we set goals, and those goals is what takes us the direction we want.
Okay, talking about an employee, we all know that an employee is a great key in any business. How is your relationship with your employees in this? In this, we are talking about the teachers.
Okay. Yeah. Our relationship is good. It's based on value-based. It's we're exchanging value to each other. They're really delivering the expected work. Almost we can say 95%, they're really trying their best. Any other human being, we do have our challenges from my side, from their side. But whatever we agreed, we pay them on time, we really strive them, and then we always on the lookout to recruit the best out of the best, because the market is competitive in the school industry. Some schools will steal your teachers, your best employees. You have to hold on. It's like a market, you have to hold on. If you can't hold on in terms of value, in terms of the service or the salaries, I think someone else will take away. Yeah. So I always try my best, whatever we have, to use what we have and do what we can with the resource we have.
Okay, and winding up, maybe can you tell us some of the key challenges that you experience in this business?
Personally, we are really facing challenges in terms of working capital. Sometimes it's hard. The schools are growing. They really require innovations, wear and tear. Those are our challenges. The transportation, no longer things are okay because the school buses are expensive. And then as a person who comes from a humble and pious family in which religion is intertwined with our business, I think getting loans and access is a major challenge to me. So what I do, I really grow with whatever I have. Sometimes we buy second-hand buses just to take the student. That's how, because I want to please my God, and that's who I am. I'm going to die for that. And then I think in Africa and Muslim communities, the major challenge is working capital and the business. So those are what we hinders, but I don't see it as a hindrance. I see the fruits of impacting youthfuls so that in 10 years' time, we want to produce great people in this continent of Africa who are, we want to, mostly our brand serves the Muslim community, although some of our schools serves other 844 system or the Kenyan way system in which all the students are there, but most of our schools are Muslim-based schools. We impact our Muslim brothers great in terms of their religion. At the same time, they are not left behind in the worldly affairs.
Okay.
So those are major challenges I'm facing. Sometimes lack of teachers really move on because the pay is a bit, in Africa the pay is moderate. It's not. We are not saying that we pay a lot of money. The amount we pay, those are the challenges we face. But after all, a man dies until we go in front of our God.
Yeah.
Until then, otherwise we don't have options. Challenges are there with us. We are going to die with them until in front of God. So even if we go even to the graveyard as Muslims, we believe we'll be asked questions.
Yeah.
So still you serve your time there.
Okay. And a general advice to that individual that wants to invest in the education sector, what is the general advice that you can offer him or her?
Education, things are changing. No longer 10 years ago when we were starting, and now there's a big change. Now the training technology is the issue, is now a problem. AI is here. What used to be the thing that we study now, AI can do it in few, even milliseconds. So I think even the whole system is going to be questioned as we progress. But now what we deal is the basic education, the youth, the young ones, still, whether there is a technology change or not, they have to get the basic knowledge, the basic arithmetic, so we're in that industry. Although AI will catch up with us in the long term, I think life have changed, things are changing. That's why we are able to adapt and change with the technology, the way we are going.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed, for having me around here. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. I think in this podcast, I'm really showing you my jobs. Although I'm still humble, learning, and if anyone is watching, I like good mentors, people who are above me to mentor me, as I also mentor others who are below me. They say you have to have that lower than you, that at your level, and that above you. So I'm looking for those above me, at the same time those who are with my level, and I also uplift others who are below me. I think you'll be getting uplifted, and you're learning a lot. I hope so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you're learning a lot. You're able to create things, and more podcasts are on the way. Dear viewers, we really appreciate you. See you on the next episode.